In this video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of edging, and this is my go-to string line, especially if I'm using a fixed line, which I'll be doing today. 0.1 30-inch diameter. I also use 0.105. They tend to hold better and not slip out of the head. Sometimes, occasionally, I use a 0.095 if I'm going to use a bump method. But the majority of the time I go with a fixed line. I just find that the trimmer will last longer. I tend to bump it a little bit too hard sometimes, so I damage it every time I use it. And you got to find the hole in the right spot there. Sometimes it gets debris in there. I have to go out there and clean it, but most of the time I'm able to put the line through fairly easy. Here I'm struggling a little bit. And I pre-cut these, and sometimes I didn't do it on this one here. Sometimes I use a utility knife to kind of sharpen the ends. Makes it a little bit easier to insert the line on the holes. And for the last several years, I've been using pretty much Craftsman trimmers. They're fairly cheap. After 3-4 years or so, my one becomes a backup or a third one. I think I have 4 right now. So I'll kind of alternate to kind of spread the wear evenly as much as I can. And when they get too beat up, I hand them over to my brother, my son, whoever wants it. And I don't do lawns for a living. That's not my job. I just do my own lawn, my property, whatever other properties, 2 other properties that I own. Occasionally I'll do those. So my technique might not be the best, but it gets the job done. Sometimes I edge first, sometimes I mow first. In this case, I'm doing the edging first, and then do the mowing. And generally, the mowing, the edging, I should say, takes a little bit longer than mowing. Once I get it edged, the back doesn't take that long for me to do. Now here along the sidewalk, I would normally use my attachment that I have for this particular trimmer. But it just so happens that the cable company has a cable line right along where I'm edging right now with the weed eater. So if I were to use it, I would probably cut into the cable because it's not that deep, just a couple of inches, or in some cases you can even see it. So I kind of put some dirt over it. So I don't want to cut the TV cable. I think there's also an AT&T line, even though we don't have AT&T service right now. There is a telephone line right along this sidewalk here. It goes all the way to the backyard, to the phone box. So that's why I'm not using my attachment to this particular trimmer. And generally I'll be able to do the whole backyard with just one fixed line. So I don't need to bump the head at all. Except when I do it accidentally. It took me about 30 minutes. Of course, I'm not going to show the whole thing here in the video. Just about 8 minutes or so. But it did take me about 30 minutes to do the whole backyard. I even did behind our back fence. Did that area. And again, I didn't have any problems with my fixed line slipping out of the trimmer. The diameter is thick enough where it fits snug. Might be a little bit harder to mount or to insert in there, but there's what's left of it there. Anyway, it's on one end. The other end is pretty much gone. Okay, so let's see. That's what's left of it, so I'm going to put it away now and start mowing. But I always like to put in a new line before I put it away. And this time I went in a little bit easier. Like I said, you could get debris in there and make it a little bit harder. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.